Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Well, today you all know that what we do on this channel, don't you? We have been trying to bring about topics that are different than the usual topics that you've been experiencing through different mediums, YouTube or books and so on and so forth, which mostly is trying to get you away from or create a distance between you and the problem. In other words, most remedies today are masking the problem and making you feel good without helping the roots of the problem to be remedied. In other words, constantly makes you feel good, which means you become dependent on that what makes you feel good. It is like trying to fix the engine of your car by constantly polishing the hood or polishing the windows and the doors and making it shine. It keeps your mind away from the problem, which is the engine, but it doesn't fix the engine. Makes the car look good or shiny, but it won't run well. So the fixing will not be limited to making something look good. In other words, you keep going and hearing from some people or advisors that go get your ex back and do this to get her back or get him back. These are not going to be helpful to the problem that you're facing, which is a feeling of devastation, feeling of loneliness, feeling of sadness. You got to understand, why is it that you feel that way? So when you understand why you feel that way, then you can remedy it and not feel that way. If you know the problem with the engine, that is carburetor or whatever it is that is wrong with it, then you can fix that rather than simply polishing the hood because you know what it is that it needs fixing or it needs your attention. Well, on this channel, as you know, for the past 6 years, we've been trying to help people to understand themselves better, become the mechanic of their own machine, to understand how they tick, the inside of them, the psyche of them, their consciousness, what they're made out of, their persona, their center. We talk about things that has made us to become who we are. We talk about thoughts. What is thinking? What are thoughts? Where do they come from? We talk about consciousness. What is consciousness? What is conditioning? We talk about ego, fear, desire, pleasure, mechanical process, order, material process, and everything that has to do with the movement of mind. This is how we can understand how we are put together. And if we understand how we are put together, what is the ingredients and the fragments that has made us to be who we are, then we have a better insight about how these fragments, how these components are connected and what's disconnected and what we should be looking for to fix, how to fix. How can you fix something if you don't know how it is put together? How can you fix something if you don't know how it's made? So in order for us to feel good about the challenges that we are facing, emotional challenges, breakups, divorces, or things that has occupied our mind, we got to understand how this that has been occupied has been put together. Our psyche. What is the role of thoughts and consciousness? What is the relationship between the two? Where does fear come from? Where does desire come from? Does desire just appear by itself, or there are prerequisites, stages and steps that it takes for desire to be born? And where in these steps can we stop desire from desiring something that we think we gotta have? And if we don't, we're not balanced, or something's gone wrong. In order to help ourselves to figure out the problems and deal with things, we got to understand and know ourselves. That means to know how we tick, And for that, that's why you're here on this channel. That's what we've been trying to do. We've been trying to help people to get over their breakup, remedy their breakup, and get on with their lives to bigger and better things. But before we can do that, while we have covered all kinds of topics about how you feel after your breakup and what to do, how to move on, and so on, we have missed maybe one thing, one very important thing. You know, on this channel we have something around 2,000 videos and counting. Can you believe that? 2,000 videos and counting. We have about 500 live talks so far and counting. All free for everybody to have access to it, because I know how devastating it is when you feel the way you do after breakup or emotional hardship or divorces. So I want things to be accessible to you. So I've made everything free. If you go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, you will find books that I've written, the Breakup Pain Handbook, Me, My Psyche and I, Transient Thoughts and Me. These are some of the books that I've written. Me, My Psyche and I highly recommend it for you to understand how your psyche is put together, how your mind is put together, why you feel the way you do, why you act and react the way you do, whether it's because of your breakup, relationship, divorce, whatever else is challenging you throughout your life. Transient Thoughts and Me. These are thoughts that appear in your head and they're not invited. You don't know where they come from. Why are they there? What do they do? Do they define you? Because you think that way, is that what you are? Or what to do with them? What do they mean? How to manage them? These books are not easily found everywhere because people have tried to appeal to the interests that people have, not to what really is making us to become and be who we are. At least not that freely and not as much as many other books have been written on different subjects. So you can go on my site, and if you can't get the printed version, get the ebook version. The ebook version, again, I've tried to make it as least expensive as possible. The ebook version is like 1/10 of the price of the printed one, but it helps you to know about yourself. I want everybody to have an insight about how their psyche is put together. And without these experiences that some of us older people have come up with, and I myself have learned it from the masters of hundreds of years ago. People who have spent their entire life teaching and learning about it. 100 years ago, before any of these famous gurus today even knew about these subjects, these other masters of hundreds of years ago knew about this and talked about it and explored it. And of course, I tried to experience what they have taught by researching them, all their interviews, all their lectures, over and over and over. Walking by the beach at 2 o'clock in the morning and analyzing and thinking and pondering about what I heard them talk about on the videos that they had, on the lectures that they had. For years I did that, so I can learn, and then add that to my experiences, to what I have learned in university about the things that I was interested in meditation, from the martial arts, from the masters of hundreds of years ago, who have eventually passed it along to other masters that I eventually came across to learn. And then combine all these knowledge and to be able to deliver it differently, in a digestible way, in an easier way. And now we are here. For the past 6 years, I've been making videos for you guys. And all you know, videos, live talks, even the first 2 years, all the consultations on Skype was free. Anybody who would reach me, we would talk about their problems from anywhere in the world for free. And that is the name of the game, to make it as least expensive and make it most affordable for everybody from any country. So now we are here. We have over 2,000 videos, all at your disposal. But all you have to do is to go on my channel and type in the search engine of the channel what it is that is on your mind, how you feel, what are your emotions at the moment, what is it that is challenging you. Write that in a word on the search engine. And there are bound to be a number of videos on that subject. We must have talked about every subject, every topic of your concern or interest under the sun after your breakup or your divorce, or pretty much anything that could be concerning you. We've talked about it. There are videos about it. It's all available to you. But if you don't go on my channel, if you don't search it, you won't find it. There's a sea of videos. Which is the one that you're looking for? It could be easier for you maybe to look at the table of contents, which is the playlists. I've got maybe 70, 80 playlists that maybe by the title of them, that could mean the videos that you're looking for is in that particular playlist. Either way, you cannot fix the engine of your car by constantly polishing the body of the car. You gotta know how this engine is put together. You gotta understand what this engine is all about. For that, you need to understand who you are. What is your psyche all about? What is your persona? What is your center? For that, you need to watch some of the videos that I've talked about that particular topic. The playlist called The Psyche. Or go on my site, mind@seekstruth.com, and pick up the Me, My Psyche and I, the book. Or just search what video is that you're looking for, what your question is among these 2,000 videos, and find your answer. Somehow, you need to move on to bigger and better things in your life. And that is not going to be by get your ex back. I do this, no contact, then contact, then text this, and trick this, and figure out that way, and manipulate that way. These are all nonsense. You have to be honest with yourself. If you want your life back, if you want your balance, you have to first start by being honest with yourself. Which means you cannot remedy a problem by not understanding the problem, but just by popping up pill, maybe a headache pill or something, but not really focusing. Why is the headache there? What is the stress coming from? Or just polishing the car and hoping the engine will run better. Or just having fun and thinking that by having fun, you will forget about things. And trying to put a distance between the problem and you. When you put a distance between the problem and you, well, you've created that what you wanted, the distance. But how can you fix something if you're so far away from it? How can you fix something if you're escaping from it? So if you escape from something, if you find something that occupies your mind, pleasure, fun, this and that, get your ex back, occupy your mind with some fictitious hope and all that, you're not being honest with yourself while you're putting distance between the problem and you by these pleasures and hopes and manipulations that you conjure up and so on that you hear from here and there. But when you put a space between you and the problem, then you won't be able to face your problems. How can you face something when you've turned your back and running away? So instead of that, try to bring your balance back by understanding what goes on in your psyche. What is happening in your mind? What is the role of thoughts and consciousness? What is the role of your conditioning? What is the role of fear, desire, and ego? What is the role of pleasure? What is pleasure? Understand all this and then see, the roots of what I feel like this is because of this. Why I feel devastated is because of this. Not because she has left or he has left you. It's not because of the ex. It's because you don't understand what makes you tick and why you feel the way you do and what you should do in order to regain your balance and move on to bigger and better things. How to become one with life. How to become one with the nature. How to understand your role in this journey of life. Instead of thinking, I'm here to just, eat and then do whatever I gotta do and have fun and pleasure and that's it. You have no understanding of your importance. The fact that it is you that gives importance to everything that you think is important. You think all those things that you think are so important to your life is because they are important. No, it is your existence that makes things matter, that makes other things that you feel they're important to become important. It is you who give importance to things. You have to understand all these things. Once you understand, then you understand a little bit more about your own psyche. your own self, your own center, how you think, how you behave, why you act and react the way you do. And all that knowledge sets you free to understand hope comes from within you. It's not something to go get it. You are hopeful. You have all the solutions. It is in you. The way you feel is because of how you're put together. When you understand how you're put together, then you can fix your engine. How can you fix an engine when you don't know how it's put together? You want to fix it? First learn how it's been created. So learn how it's been put together, then you can fix it, then you can move on to bigger and better things, and not to be so devastated from a breakup or a divorce or a challenge that is facing you that has to do with the movement of the mind. So, please, these are all available to you. Subscribe to my channel, click on like whichever video you like, watch the videos that you think is pertaining to your situation, and use the search engine. These are all available to you. You cannot moan and groan and say, oh, I'm sad, I don't know what to do, I have no hope, and so on and so forth. You have all that because you don't know how capable and powerful you are, and your importance in this life, why you're here at all. You have not realized how important your existence in this life is. And you think your importance is about if you have this pleasure, if you have that, if you have this girlfriend, if you have that boyfriend, if you have this and that, then it gives you importance. But you don't understand how important you are without any of them. And it is you that gives importance to all of these things that you desire. And you're out there to catch them and get them and accomplish them. So please do your search, spend time with the channel, and free yourself from the pain that you're going through by learning more about yourself and being able to become the mechanic of your machine, mechanic of your own engine, and fix it at any time that you need without needing somebody else to tell you how to fix it. So remember, if you want to find your way, first you must be honest with yourself that you do want to find your way. You don't want to hide and think that you're actually taking a journey. You know, there was an episode in one of the episodes of Star Trek, the old one, Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock and all that. And one of the crew members were lost, and they were trying to find out where the crew member was. And they searched everywhere and said, Captain, we searched everywhere, we can't find him. And then it dawned on the captain, or was it Spock, that they said, well, we can find someone if he wants to be found. But if it's hiding, and we think he wants to be found, and we're looking everywhere, but we're not expecting him not want to be found, in that case, we can't find him. So they tried some other way. So the same thing goes with you. If you don't want to be cured, if you don't want to be feeling good, if you don't want to move on from this experience of breakup or whatever it is that you're facing with, you won't be able to. If you want to mask it with fun and pleasures and so on, pleasure is not smart. Pleasure is not remedy. Pleasure is just creating some kind of a masking, occupying your mind and making you think that, oh yeah, I'm ignoring everything, but the problems and the feelings, emotions that are challenging, they're still going to be there once the pleasure finishes. So by trying to solve your problem with pleasure and occupying your mind is creating distance between it, and it's like shining the hood of your car and hoping that the engine will be fixed instead of really knowing what to do and how the engine is put together. So on that note, you got to be honest with yourself and want to get over this and move on to bigger and better things and accomplish your task and explore the opportunities that the world has yet to unfold for you and is awaiting you for you to discover. If you really want that, then you got to pay attention to how you're put together and then learn where the roots of the problems are, why you feel the way you do, and then go from there. All of that is available on this channel. Hope that you'll take advantage of it. And if you needed to talk to me on a one-to-one basis, private basis, on specific topics that you can't find it here, or it's a specific situation that you need to talk to me personally, well, go on my site, mind@6truth.com, and click on Talk to Mehran via Skype, make an appointment, and of course, I'll be more than happy to explore it together and get to the bottom of it, and free you and bring your balance and move you on to bigger and better things. Take good care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon.